India wants to become a global manufacturing hub. That's the dream, and it's going to be a long journey. But here's a milestone. Apple is turning to India to manufacture its products. And this is happening at a time when Apple wants to reduce its dependence on China. Some numbers have come out. Made in India Apple shipments have gone up by 162%. Can India indeed become the next electronics hub? Here's a report.
Apple is the biggest smartphone company in the world today. Last year, it sold 1.2 billion smartphones. Now this electronics behemoth is turning to India and making devices here. It's all happening under the Make in India banner. Last year, the volume of iPhone shipments manufactured in India grew by 65%. Here's an even better number. The value of iPhone shipments made in India grew by 162% compared to 2021. Apple now captures 25% of the total value of India's smartphone market. Apple's exports from India doubled last year, surpassing the $2.5 billion mark. Foxconn, Pegatron, and Wistron are Apple's manufacturing partners in India. In the last quarter of 2022, Foxconn and Wistron were the fastest growing manufacturers in India's electronics sector. Apple's export from India doubled last year, surpassing the $2.5 billion mark. And do you know how long Apple has been assembling iPhones in India? Just about a year. So the results are quite phenomenal. By 2025, Apple wants to make one of every 4 iPhones in India. India is a bright spot in the global economy and Apple knows it, which is why it is expanding its base in the country. iPhones will soon be assembled at a site in the southern state of Karnataka. At least 300 acres of land has been set aside for this facility. And Foxconn will invest about $700 million in it. The factory is expected to generate over 100,000 jobs over the next 10 years. But Apple wants more from India. The company is asking for changes in India's labor laws before it expands production. Now, not only is it a laborious task, but also a fairly controversial one. But that doesn't mean that India is willing to let go of the opportunity. Several state governments have agreed to tweak the labor rules. Reports say, apart from Karnataka, the willing participants include states like Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, and Gujarat. Another critical factor in Apple's newfound love for India is its plans to reduce reliance on, you guessed it, China. The question is why? Growing tensions between Washington and Beijing is one big factor. Apple does not want to be caught in the crossfire. COVID-19 pandemic was also a big wake-up call for the tech giant. China's harsh lockdowns led to disruptions in Apple's supply chain. Last year, its iPhone production target fell short by nearly 6 million units. And then there's the added incentive for Apple to turn to India. The Narendra Modi government has rolled out a $6.6 billion incentive program to woo smartphone manufacturers. The deal is too good to ignore. So what does it mean for you? Your next iPhone could come with a Made in India tag.